Hey guys, and welcome back. Today I'm going to be reviewing a newer foundation. I wanted to get this video out a week ago. I had done a chemical peel. I got my first facial done right before I got this foundation and my skin has just been flaking off. It wasn't working. But I have been testing it out almost every day, trying to get a feel for what I think of it. So I'm giving you more than just a first impressions today. So this isn't like I've tested it for a long time review, but I have given it about a week of wear, and so I do have some thoughts on it. Why don't I tell you what I'm talking about before I keep going? The new Urban Decay Stay Naked Foundation and Concealer, I decided I just needed to pick these up to test them out for you. I love the original Naked Skin line. That is being discontinued, so I am going to be talking about how this compares to the original Naked Skin. I do have it right here. This is my mother-in-law's because mine I used up a long time ago. So this is a darker shade, but I am going to be comparing the consistency, the coverage on my hands, so you can kind of see how it compares since this is being replaced. I'm also going to throw some swatches in of the All-Nighter foundation from Urban Decay. I believe that they both claim to be long-wearing and waterproof. This one's just a more full coverage and this is more a light coverage. So I'm going to compare these as well for shades and texture and all that. Before I get into the application of the foundation and what I think of it, I want to go ahead and show you the textures of all three of these side by side so you can get an idea if you've used the other two. So I'm going to squirt these out and rub them on the back of my hand to show you the different consistencies. All right, so here's the brand new Stay Naked foundation. As you can tell, it does run, but it's not a super runny formula like the original original Naked Skin. This one is a very liquidy foundation. It's going off my hand. So you can tell the difference in thickness there. And then, okay, this is gonna run off my hand, but here is the All-Nighter. The All-Nighter it just holds its shape. It doesn't go anywhere. So just to kind of show you the consistency of the three foundations, whether you prefer like the Urban Decay, the original Naked Skin, that is super, super liquidy. This one is a nice medium. It's still very thin. And then the All-Nighter is a pretty thick foundation. I'm going to tell you the shades that I have just for reference. The new Stay Naked foundation, I actually don't have the lightest shade, which is amazing that they have such a light shade range. But I have 11NN. There is one shade lighter, but that is 11 Neutral. There is that shade. Again, this one is not my shade, but this is 3.25 in the original. And then this is the old lightest shade from Urban Decay, so this might help you if you have the original Stay Naked, but this is the All-Nighter. So the original lightest shade is very, very similar to 11NN. So they do have one shade lighter than that, which is pretty awesome. So again, there are the three foundations. So that aside, I'm gonna go ahead and start talking about the new foundation because that's why you're here. So I'm gonna talk about the application, the wear time, and the finish of it. I think that, and a lot of this I'm gonna be comparing to the old Naked Skin just because they did replace it. But the application, I prefer to use this with a sponge. My demo of this, I did use a sponge on one side and a brush on the other, but I did go back over the brush side with a sponge. This foundation, it's very lightweight, but again, it's not as runny as the original, but when you put it on your skin, it's like it disappears. It's really weird. It's supposed to be a medium buildable coverage. I would call this light to medium coverage. It doesn't cover up acne and spots super well. You definitely need to go in with concealer over it for those spots, but I love the light coverage. Looks like you don't have anything on your skin. It literally, once you pounce it into your skin, it completely disappears. And the finish on it is very natural. I think it's supposed to be a matte finish, and it is fairly matte, but it's not like dry. Buildable medium coverage with a real skin matte finish. I like that they put real skin in the description because it just feels like skin. I've tried this on several people too, just to get more skin types, and I tried it on my mother-in-law. She wore it throughout the day and it didn't feel like she had makeup on, which is, I think, the biggest thing I love about this. Now, if you have dry skin, you're thinking matte foundation, this can be horrible. And It's not as bad as I expected to be for a matte foundation. Like I said, I have put this off because I've had flaky peeling skin from a chemical peel, and so it wasn't gonna be a true test of what this foundation does. But for the fact that how much my face was peeling, it didn't look as bad as it could have. I love the application, I love the finish of it, and I really love the wear time of it. Now, if you do have dry patches, it's not going to make those look like they're not there. It's not going to make them disappear. But it doesn't look super heavy and cakey on it, if that makes sense. I do still have a few patches that are flaking on my skin, and I don't feel like this makes them stand out more. The thing I love about it, since it does feel like, you know, the real skin matte, I don't have to powder it. I powder under my eyes, and there's no tackiness. I don't have to set my face at all with this foundation, which for in the summer is amazing. I don't have to put powder on, it doesn't have to get cakey. I'm really enjoying this. Is it a better version of this? No, it's different. If you are in love with this foundation, this is not, I'm sorry to say, it's not a replacement for it, in my opinion. This is totally just my opinion. This one has more of a, it wasn't dewy, but it does have more of a dewy finish, and this is more of a matte finish. They're both lightweight, but I think this one actually had more coverage. This is a very light coverage to me. I have put a couple of layers on before, but it's not one that I want to just build up and build up. I don't feel like it's adding a whole lot of coverage when I do that. So I like to put just one layer on, and then I'll conceal any spots that need to be concealed on top of that. Unfortunately, to me, it's not a replacement for it, but as a standalone foundation, ignoring the old Naked Skin foundation, I think it's a great foundation. I think I'm gonna continue to use it, and when I first reviewed this one, I was iffy on it. The more I used it, I grew to love it. So I think that I'm gonna grow to love this one even more too. We'll see. I'll probably update you in my August favorites, so I can use it for an entire month to truly know if I like it. Like it. I like you. Moving on to the concealer, because I do want to talk about the concealer a little bit. I loved the Naked Skin concealer. It was my first high-end concealer that I fell in love with. I loved the doe foot applicator on it. I loved the finish of it. I loved the coverage. It wasn't like super full to me. And then I got Tarte Shape Tape, and that's pretty much what I've been using. I have some others, like the Milk Makeup one. I feel like the Milk Makeup one kind of replaced the Naked Skin for me because it was a more medium coverage concealer. And again, for me personally, the way I use it, this one, I think that this one, first of all, let's look at the doe foot. So the doe foot is like a little curved chair, kind of. It's interesting. I preferred the older one. It was really flexible. It was a flat paddle that was really flexible. This one, it works. You know, you put it, you know, on your under eyes. I have a demo of this as well. I'll show you, insert here, and it goes on well, and the doe foot holds enough product to cover both under eyes. So here is the coverage of it, and again, I'm gonna insert the clip of me putting it under my eyes as well. I think it has pretty good coverage. I'm not gonna call it Shape Tape coverage. And again, it all depends on how you use products and how much you wear. But like I put it on my acne and stuff, and I can clearly still see these red dots. I can still see some darkness under my eyes right here and here. So I don't think this is a full coverage concealer on me. If I wanted to completely cancel out my under eyes, I would go for the Shape Tape. But in conjunction with this foundation, I think the coverage lines up and matches really well together. So when you use these together, it works. Does that make sense? I don't think these products are intended to be super full coverage glam makeup. It's stay naked. It's supposed to look like you're not wearing makeup, just a little bit better. So I want to know what you guys think. Do you think this foundation concealer looks good on my skin? Again, let me zoom you in. Like I said, I do still have some dry patches on my face from the chemical peel, especially right here on my upper lip, and a little bit on my nose right here. All right, so those are my thoughts on the new Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation and concealer. All right, guys, so that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already and you want to see future videos, hit that subscribe button down below. And Lincoln and I will see you guys next time. Stay gorgeous. Lincoln, can you say bye? Bye. I like it. Do I love it yet? I don't know, but I like it. I want to know what you guys think. What you think? Really? I am going to be talking, Lincoln. I'm going to talk about how this compares. Hey guys, and Lincoln, you just going to go around? I'm also going to throw Lincoln. I'm not going to throw Lincoln. My demo. So I'm done talking. Am I done talking? Is that everything? Do I need anything else?